Welcome to On the Spot with OPPO, where we connect you with inspiring entrepreneurs and innovators making their mark. We're here today in Barcelona for the FineX9 series launch, and it's a city about energy, creativity, and sports. And today's guest embodies all three. Ignacio left behind a promising career in law and banking to follow his passion on innovation and connecting cultures through sports. Ignacio, can you tell us a bit about that journey? What inspired you to take the leap from corporate life to entrepreneurship?
Well, thank you very much, Daniel, for having me today here. Big pleasure. Yeah, you're totally right. I started as a lawyer. I spent working as a lawyer about 7-8 years. And after that, I made a change and I started to start building my own company called WeSports. It's a digital platform that connects the Chinese market with the best sports events and experiences here in Europe and all around the world. And I would not say it was like a radical change of my life or a leap. I'll say more it's like I follow what I feel. I decided that I had to follow my path of building a company because since I was a child, I was thinking about it.
Yeah. So WeSport, huh?
Yeah.
Are you guys related to WeChat?
Well, not at all. We have been a little bit inspired by the name, but not at all. We are focused in the sports industry. We have, of course, a technological important part in our company, but no, we are not related to WeChat in that sense.
Yeah, because I think in terms of naming, it's very important. But yeah, it feels like there's a community and sports. You're linking, different audiences with sports.
Yeah, it is the sense of our business. We think sports is more than just going to watch a game. It's a way of understanding life. So when we thought about using we thought that was important to make feel our clients that are part of what we're building. So in that sense, of course, it is something related to our idea of creating community, to our idea of making our users be part of what we're building.
Got it. And what was the defining moment that made you decide to become an entrepreneur and to start WeSport?
Well, it's a matter of being honest with me. When it was a moment in my life when WeSport was like a side job, and it didn't allow me to be focused as you need at 100% in WeSport and in my career as a lawyer. So being honest with myself, and sometimes in your life there comes a moment where you have to make decisions. So I decided to quit and start to building this company and starting this new adventure.
It's very brave of you.
Yeah. Some people say it.
Yeah.
Others they say that it's a bit like crazy, but here we are.
Yeah, here you are. And coming from law and banking, what skill sets or mindsets carried over, and what do you have to unlearn or relearn? Like what are some key fundamentals that worked for law and banking, but not for entrepreneurship?
Spending 7-8 years working in law firms, in banking, you start to know how important is to pay attention to detail, how important is to look for excellence when you are giving your services to clients. So in that sense, I learned a lot, and I strongly recommend other people like me that wants to start to build their own company to have an experience in corporation before, because it's a really good school of life and of work. And what did I learn from that experience? I'll say it's another world. Totally, it's totally different. In carrying out a startup requires from you a big capacity of adaptation. Everything changed a lot. You have to be humble in order to be able to pivot as fast as you need, and also to have the capacity of work fast. Here, when you're building a company, no one waits for you. So you have to be so fast, capacity of adaptation, and also be open-minded. Yeah.
So working fast, moving fast, adapting fast, that means less of siestas, huh?
Yeah, of course. Siesta. I have forgot about that concept. I don't know what it is now.
Yeah, I mean, it's something new to me.
But
Even though I've been to Barcelona, to Spain many times, but it's recently that I found out about siestas. You know, when I'm trying to have booking like dinners or like lunches, and like, okay, we're closed. Like, what do you mean you're closed?
yeah, but siesta. I cannot have siestas anymore. That's true. I don't have enough time for it. But I think it is important to balance your life. I think building your own company requires a lot from you, but you cannot like stop like taking care of you in that sense, because balance is the key of success. And I strongly believe that you have to be balanced in all aspects of your life if you want to succeed in your career as an entrepreneur.
Got it, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I suppose starting your own project, your own startup, it's not easy. What were some of the early challenges or setbacks that tested your conviction to build something of your own?
Well, since the first time that you decided to change your life in that sense, you always have to live with the imposter syndrome, like thinking that what you are doing is not that good enough, that you are not that sure if your idea is going to fit in the market. But once you assume that reality is going to be besides you every day of your life, you have to focus more on watching or seeing what the market is saying to you, to hear your client in order to see if your idea is solving problems and if the market is validating it. So I'll say it's balance as always. You'll never be safe or like sure of what you're doing, because you have like this little voice saying like you are doing something crazy, it's not going to work, it's something so difficult. But you have like to try to quiet that voice and focus on what you're doing and seeing, and hearing your client and hearing the market. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, being understanding like who are your real users, what are their pain points, and what's the solution that you're providing. Yeah, speaking of this, maybe can you give us a quick pitch about what WeSportt is about? Like, what are some of your recent projects? What kind of pain points are you solving for your users?
WeSportt is a digital platform that connects the Chinese market. We connect Chinese travelers to sport events and experiences all around the world. Why we started with this? Because one of our partners had a strong, he lived for 12, 15 years there in China, and we had some relation with the Chinese community there in Spain. And we saw that they were facing difficulties when they wanted to buy tickets to assist, for example, to Santiago Bernabéu Stadium, to Atlético de Madrid, or to other sport event or experience there in Spain. And we started to think about it, and we were like saying, how could this happen? Because we know that China is top one if we talk about innovation related to payment methods and all of that. So there's something there to solve. We started to study, and we get to what we're doing now, that the Chinese digital ecosystem is totally different than the European one. That in China, people do not use Visa or MasterCard to pay. They use Alipay or WeChat Pay, for example. So our platform allows our clients to buy this ticketing or these experiences or all these sports-related travel without changing this digital ecosystem, being able to pay with their own payment methods and having the opportunity to have this customer service in Chinese.
Most of your market, coming from the supply side, is still events in Europe, right? Yeah,
we started with Spain. At first, we were called We Spain, and we suddenly realized that there was not point of having just that market. So we started to expand our offer, and nowadays, we are offering mainly sport events and experiences here in Europe. But our idea is to expand ourselves and being able to be a global platform for the Chinese market.
Got it. So you're going to change the name to We Were.
Yeah, well, now with WeSportt, I think we covered all of this world.
Okay.
But yeah, having We Spain was not worth it at all because it was inconsistent with what we wanted to do. So we decided to change it. The change was like not that far, like three months ago, more or less. So we are so happy with the new branding and how we can still grow.
So We Sport, how long have you guys been around?
Well, the idea, I think, started to be in our minds for 2 years now.
Okay.
But when we decided to focus everything on it, I'll say around 1 year and a half, 1 year, 2 months. The first 6 months were about developing our technology to test our product in the market. And now we have like validated our MVP. We are happy with the answer of this market and the answer of our clients. So now it's time to scale, to start to find some funding. We have just opened our funding round. And now it's time to continue our journey.
Yeah, it's not smooth sailing, but I'm sure the adventure, the ride is going to be fun.
We hope so.
Yeah.
That's our idea, and we really trust on it.
Yeah. And building a company that operates across cultures is not an easy task. How do you adapt to such conditions? How do you adapt to different audiences and expectations?
Well, first of all, I'll say that you have to be open-minded. If you start to work with such a complex and different market for us like China, you have to be really, really open-minded. You don't have to think that you know everything, that you just read a book and you are able to start a company there. It's not about it. You have to be really open-minded. You have to hear a lot to your clients to know from them which are the pain points that they are suffering, which problem do they face when they want to buy a ticket, for example, if we talk about our business, and also being able to change fast. To change fast because in our market, China change so fast. Technologically speaking, with their users, like the way they purchase things, the way they pay. So it's a big challenge, but you have to be with the desire of learn a lot and become also a little bit obsessed with your market. China for us is 95% of what we're doing. So we have to be really obsessed with this market and been thinking about it, trying to learn, get to know people from China, travel to China, live China, and all of that.
Got it. And have you lived in China before?
Not live in that sense, but I've been there for 2 times now. The first one I was there for 20 days, 25 days. It was such a great experience. I got to know China from China. It's totally different. When I say this, I refer like it's totally different to get to know China living there, experiencing China from China, than trying to learn China, talking with Chinese people here from Spain. You have to go there and to see how is this country growing. The magnitude of everything there in China is like so impressive. So for me, it was like I was so happy to have the opportunity to be there. That was my first time there, and I just came back from China from my second business trip like 3 weeks ago, more or less. And now for my second time, now it led me to understand more how to do business there. The first one was more about understanding China. The second one was more about to get to know how business should be done there.
Yeah, and you mentioned one of your the key pain points that you're seeing that your users are experiencing, and then you providing them with a solution. What role does technology play in creating a seamless, localized experience, from payments to language support in customer side, customer care?
Yeah, a key role, definitely. I'll say is key for our business. You have to see that since we start our relation with our clients, all our customer journey is done through technology. So for us, it's something really, really key. Nowadays, you need to use technology almost for everything. And for us, like being able to offer our product and to offer our platform in the Chinese market is all about technology. Implementing these Chinese payment methods is all about technology, and somehow giving a good customer service is all about technology. There we can talk about a seamless and a quick answer to the inquiries that we receive. I'll say yeah, it's a key part of our business, and it plays a key role in what we're doing.
Yeah, yeah, and I imagine with China, the market is so big. In your space, in your sector, in your vertical, like, are there like other competitors out there doing what you're doing?
Yeah,
because I imagine like Trip.com. I think they're big enough to realize there's a huge market for
they are
Chinese users, Chinese people wanting to access sporting events, global sporting events.
Yeah, for sure there are competitors, because if in your business or in your industry you don't have competitors, for sure you have to be worried, because I think more or less everything is already invented. You are not going to invent a solution. Someone can do it, but it's not normal. But so yeah, we analyzed the market, and we saw that there were big competitors. For example, of course, there are huge OTAs like Ctrip, for example, but we decided that we didn't want to compete against them, like offering normal travels to Europe. That wouldn't have enough sense. So we searched for a niche where we thought that from where we are, we could be competitive. So that's why we started to focus in sport events and in sport experiences and sports travel. Because in Europe, we have the luck that we have, like, I'll say, the most famous football teams in the world. We have tennis tournaments such as Wimbledon, Roland Garros. We have incredible F1 GPs. So we have a strength in that area. And also, regarding competitors, we have good relation with a ticketing platform there in China, but they're just focused in sport events and experiences that are happening in China. So after analyzing and doing some market research, we thought that was like a good niche to work on it, and that opens in the future a possibility of making an exit.
Yes, it sounds like an uphill road where everyone's trying to push you down, with competitors. It's not easy.
It's not easy at all.
So you're very brave.
Yeah, it's for sure. It's not easy. It's a long journey. You have to be confident, for sure. You have to trust on what you are doing. Otherwise, stop it.
Yeah.
But you have to be to know that this is not easy. To be successful in building your own company is quite difficult. So, but the cost of opportunity of trying is not that much. If in 2 years we met and I say Daniel, we couldn't get there, I would never regret of what we're doing, because we are learning a lot. We are getting to know a lot of people. We are becoming much better professionals. So we're not afraid about it, because we know that this is a big challenge, but you have to try your best, but assume that sometimes things doesn't have to be. So you have to close that part of your life and look for the next one.
This is a very good outtake and mindset that you have, that it's not about the end goal, but it's about the process. And I guess you're finding a niche in the market, and there's always riches in the niches, right?
Yeah, because what I think is because I think success is difficult to define. What is success? To make an exit, or be brave, or be consequent, or be consistent with what you think, and try to build your own company because you think is your real path in life. So it's a matter of how you feel it, and it's a matter of you have to try your best, you have to push it, you have to be consistent on what you have decided. But after that, sometimes things do not happen, and you don't have to blame yourself if you have done whatever was in your hands.
Yeah, that's a very, yeah, as I mentioned, a very good outtake in life where, yeah, I mean, it's not failure because who is to define success or failure, right?
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah. Sports clearly play a big role in your professional vision, but also in your professional life. I heard you're a triathlete.
Yeah.
How does that discipline influences your leadership and decision making?
Well, in everyday life, what I do outside my office regarding the sports influences what is happening in the office. I think in the way that we or I understand sport is life. What you like experience while you are competing, when you are training, you can like apply it to what happens when you are living in all aspects of your life. For me, but if I have to be a little bit more concrete, I'll say like sports help me to have like a clear mind when taking decisions. For example, when you are like competing in triathlon, that situation when you are competing and you need to like stop a little bit and to realize what you're doing, you can totally apply it to the experience of building or being the CEO of a company, because sometimes you are moving so fast, you are having so many problems, and sometimes you have to stop to clear your mind somehow and decide what is the next step that you have to take in order to continue to your objective, that is succeed.
Take a mini siesta.
That's it. We could say it. Mini siestas in that sense are so important.
Yeah.
For me, I was thinking yesterday that nowadays it's difficult to see that people stops to think. It seems like you are not working.
Moving forward, right?
Yeah, saying like let's stop. Sometimes with my team, we say like stop. We are going to think what we're doing, where we're going, and sometimes you feel like you are not working. But for me, that's much more important than moving fast without like clear objective there.
There's a saying that I really like, you brake to accelerate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's used in F1 sporting.
Sure, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Totally agree. Yeah.
Yeah. And many athletes talk about flow or rhythm. Do you experience that same sense of focus when you're running WeSports?
Well, I would not say that. We never have or experienced that flow because, as I mentioned before, building a startup is so demanding. Every day things change. Every second you have to face a new problem. I would love to have that experience of being flow, being so focused on something the whole day. But nowadays, I would not say that I'm experienced that at all.
Yeah, because I think that would means things would have like stabilized, where
That's
you can
it.
have like a 9 to 5 job kind of like flow or rhythm. Right?
That's it. Yeah. So I would hope that, but now it's not the truth.
Yeah, that makes sense. But knowing that you're a triathlete, I'm slowing you down with the food we're having lately, right?
Well, I would not say that neither. But we are enjoying it a lot. If I can mention a little bit about it, our experience with the food that we are like experiencing in this Founders Club, it has been amazing so far. We are in such a great city like Barcelona with a lot of offer of restaurants and good food and all of that, but your selection so far has been amazing. I have to say that, and we are having like the possibility to experience different gastronomies, making some community around the table. That for me is so important, and having good time.
Meeting, very distinguished experts like Eric and Christoph.
Yeah.
How would you describe Finance Club to maybe your friends or family?
Well, I will say that so far it has been like such a great experience, because it let you know, or it let you to understand other points of view, other mindsets, other like ways of understanding life, but surrounded, but people that we have like this, maybe not the same rules, but we are like all connected about technology, businesses, and all of that. And in this case, also China. Yeah. So if I have to define it like in 2-3 words, I'll say like innovation, community, and technology. Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, and yeah, smartphones are at the center of every journey. Yeah. How do you think mobile devices enable the experiences you design for your users or for fans?
In our company, the mobile devices, play a key role since the first interaction that we have with our clients is with the phone. Normally through social media, through our customer service of our mini program, etc. But after that, all the customer journey that goes from that moment to the end. The end is when our user gets to the stadium to watch the game, or goes to the football academy to play football. All of that is done with the phone. Nowadays, in the football stadiums, to show the ticket, you do it with the phone. You have this QR technology, QR codes. You have also your PDFs, but are all technological. And this is going faster and faster. So without the phone device, we would not be able to give our users the experience that we are looking for.
But it also kind of mean that the phone is the key. You want to enter the location, you need to have the key, right?
Yeah.
And you're afraid of losing it. It's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah, and regarding to this, I would like to comment that, for example, that impressed me a lot about China when I was living there. If you go outside your home without your phone, you are totally lost. You cannot do anything. In Europe, it's not that much, but it is starting to be. Nowadays in Europe, not electronic money is disappearing. So people is using their mobile devices more and more. But I just wanted to comment that Chinese fact because it impressed me a lot. Everything is done with the phone. And in Europe, I think it will be like this in, I'll say 5-10 years.
Yeah, I think it's...
Or less.
It's a trend that's catching up. I can see in younger generations, everyone lived in a digital age.
Yeah,
especially everyone's on social media.
Yeah,
the network lives offline and also online. And with online, you kind of can connect to a global audience as well.
Yeah, in that sense, related to our industry, I remember when I used to go to a football stadium when I was a child with my father or with my brothers. I remember to have our physical ticket, and you had to go to the entrance, to the gate, show it. They will code it, and you got the chance to get into the stadium. Nowadays, that would be so crazy. Nowadays, it's all about QR codes. It's all about technological. Also, the entrance to the stadium, you just have to show the phone to the scan, and you get into it. It's nothing to do about what was in the past.
But I would argue that I prefer the physical ticket. If it's an experience, I want to remember.
That's
10 years down the road, I find it in a closet, and I can relate to this moment. But if it's a QR code, you're probably never gonna find it or see it or remember it again.
Yeah, I totally.
You're going to remember that experience, but not from finding it in your closet, like the physical ticket.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And in that sense, I have a book in my house where I collect all the tickets when they were physically. And sometimes I go to it and I saw my first entrance from an Athletic Bilbao fan. So I remember...
Not Real Madrid?
Not Real Madrid, Athletic Bilbao. My father is from Bilbao. So but it was now any possibility of being of another team than Athletic Bilbao. So I really fan of that club and so special also. And I go to that book and I see my first ticket when I was a child, like I was like 4 years old, 5, 6. And as you said, that brings you really good memories. And nowadays is with the QR codes, we have lost that. So I totally agree with that point.
So you're romantic when it comes to
A lot.
Atletica.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, and yeah, since you've experienced like the Find X9 Pro for like 24 hours ish now, yeah. How important is it for entrepreneurs like you to have technology that keeps up with a fast moving lifestyle?
It is so important. Nowadays you cannot like say it's not that important. I can use another device that is not that good. That is somehow like not being like honest with the reality. Nowadays we need like a phone that has all the features that you need in order to be able to work as fast as you have to. For example, this morning I have to have a video call because I know that this will work. And imagine that I would not be that safe with my phone. It will be like not good at all. So yeah, I think you have to be conscious of the technological aspects that you need while carrying out your work, and to look for a device that meets all of these requirements. And for me, OPPO does it fantastic.
Yeah, I'm sure nowadays you have a lot of like meetings on Zoom or on it's via video call, and yeah, you need to have a reliable device to make sure there's no oops moments, right?
Sure.
Yeah,
So
it's
imagine
gonna affect your credibility as
that's it. Imagine you are
founder as
talking about your technological company, that you are like a digital platform and all of that. And imagine that your technology do not fit or do not say what you are saying. So that wouldn't make sense. And you have like a lot of contact with your clients. You have like a lot of, as you said, video calls with investors, with your whole team. And you have to be comfortable with your technology. You have to be sure with what can give you and to be happy with it. And to be conscious that it's part of our daily life.
Yeah. How's your experience with the Find X9 Pro so far? So yesterday we explored the streets of the Gothic Quarters. We snapped some shots with the Hasselblad teleconverter kit. Do you have any favorite pictures?
Well, I have some. First of all, I have to commend you that this Hasselblad and like camera has impressed me a lot. I've never seen such a camera like this before, I have to be honest with you. I just can recommend to everyone to, if they love photography, to use this camera, and if they do not love photography that much, start to use it because they will become really photographer lovers.
It's like an unrealized need, right? You don't know that you love photography until you use this device.
I remember yesterday when the other guys of this Founders Club, and we were like so impressed with this camera, and we were all like taking photographs to everything because we were so impressed of how Zoom works, the quality of the photograph, how accurate is everything with this Hasselblad. So yeah, it was like such a great experience, and I can show you, for example, which one was my favorite picture of yesterday. This reflects the community that we are creating with these OPPO finders. This is the group that we have joined this Finders Club here in Barcelona. And for me, it will be always a really good memory. So in that sense, that will be the best like memory or photography that I would like to show you. And also with this traveler, how do you call this? You call
the
like
OPPO Hasselblad
the OPPO Hasselblad
kit.
teleconverter. Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure what was this, and you told me like, Ignacio, you are really going to be impressed. But until I proved it yesterday, I couldn't realize it.
Orange and white.
This is orange and white, and then you got this. It's so easy to manage it. And after that, I remember when we were watching the Colón statue.
Yeah.
We were trying to capture the best moment, and also with the moon.
Yes.
And it was so impressive. I totally recommend it to anyone. My experience with this one was such a good experience.
Yeah. For me personally, I was very impressed as well. I love photography. As
You
you
love
can
it.
tell.
You love it. Yeah, you
And
come on.
yeah, I can just do a lot more with the telephoto. You know, doing the composition, doing taking a lot of like candid moments, and
Yeah.
you know, the focal length of this device. It just allowed you to do much more,
That's it.
experiment more.
And also, what impressed me a lot, and a really good point of it is like it's so comfortable. The design of this is fantastic. Yeah, we experienced it yesterday, and yeah, incredible, incredible.
I'm glad you like it. Yeah, and this brings me to my next question.
Okay, yeah.
If not for Finest Club, you know, would you ever get to know about OPPO? I mean, OPPO is also like famous, and I'm sure you have like friends who use OPPO.
Yeah.
But if not for this trip, like, would you get to know OPPO? Do you think?
I have to be also honest with you in this point because my business is so related with China, so I have had the opportunity to get to know OPPO there in China. But if I wouldn't be like in WeSportt, for sure I would not been able to get to know OPPO without having the opportunity to join you in this Finders Club of OPPO, because OPPO is starting to be known in Spain. I think related to this Champions League partnership.
Yes, yes.
But what it changed my mind is like, even though I could have the opportunity to get to know this brand and to get to see this mobile OPPO device there in China, I would have not been able like to test it, to being able to see how good the camera is, how good the software is. So for me, this Finders Club is what it is said in the name. It's a Finders Club. I'm finding what it is OPPO. I'm finding nowadays all the features that can give you in your daily life, and for me has been an incredible experience being able to join you in this Founders Club and to get to know this incredible mobile device.
Yeah, lovely. And yeah, since we talked about like the past and the present,
Yeah.
what about the future? Like, what's your vision for WeSport? You know, looking ahead, like 5 years, what are your vision for the company and for the future of global sports tourism?
Yes, we are ambitious in that sense. Our vision is to being able to build the global platform that connects Chinese traveler to these sport events and experiences all around the world. And we want to become the leaders in this area, in this industry. And that's our ambition. That's why we are working so hard every day in order to achieve this goal.
Yeah, got it. And one last question before we round it up. You know, we have a lot of our audience who are starting their own business. What's one advice that you wish you have received when you started, and what would you tell aspiring entrepreneurs listening today?
The key of success is persistency. Of course, you have to validate. You have to be humble, to assume that if you are not right, you have to change what you think it was right. But persistency is the key of everything in life, not just in building your own company, but achieving your own goals. And if I have to say something to new entrepreneurs, I'll say, first of all, to be brave, to be honest and consistent with what they feel and what they want to do with their life. I think the cost of opportunity is not that much, and you will always learn a lot about it, and it will be an incredible journey of your life.
Yeah, stay true to yourself, be honest,
stay true.
and it's going to be very natural.
That's it, it's something natural.
I'm very glad that you found it, because a lot of people, they don't find it for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, sometimes we live in a society that it's not easy, like sometimes to be true with what you feel.
Yeah.
In those situations, well, when like everything professionally speaking looks good, you are in a law firm, you are doing banking in such a high level, your path is defined already. But you have to go a bit deeper in yourself and to stay true. I think because if you stay true with yourself, success will come before or later, but it will come.
Success will follow.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So Ignacio, thank you for your story and your insights. And yeah, that's it for this episode of On the Spot with OPPO. Stay tuned for more conversations from Barcelona, where technology, creativity, and passion for performance come together.
Well, then, thank you very much for this conversation, and thank you so much for having me in this OPPO Finders Club in Barcelona. It has been a great experience, and we'll keep in touch. Thank you so much for everything.
And don't stop taking pictures.
No, for sure, no excuses. As we said, let's do some pictures tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.